welcome to our Crazy Life Scotland. My name's Fiona, and in today's craft and chat video I'm going to show you some resin pieces that I've made recently. I'm going to unmould some so that we see them together for the first time, and then at the end I'm going to do a quick tutorial on how to change hollow decorations to make them more stable and make them full decorations. Don't know if I'm explaining that properly, but stick around and you'll find out what I mean. Right, I've put my little Christmas mat out that I got from Temu, so you're not looking at my yucky desk or my diamond painting. You've seen these before and they're not going to look anything special, but I'll just unmould them anyway. It says North Pole. I didn't actually add any more colour into the letters on this because there was some already in it, and I thought I'll just go over it with paint once I've unmoulded it, which I will do. And this one is Merry Christmas, and the same again, there's some gold there that I couldn't get out. I thought I'll just pour it in white and then I can fix it myself. Now I am excited to see this because you know how much I love the polar bears that I've got from Temu, and I have them sitting on a tray in the snow with one of these signs. And this is a new one that I got recently. It is two polar bears together, I believe. Oh, look, look, look. How adorable are they? Wow. Love, 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 love them. So I'll just go in with a little bit of paint on the eyes and the nose, but that is adorable. Absolutely love that. Yay. A couple of wee Mickey Mouses to show you. I showed these, and I can't remember what video it was, but it wasn't red and white, and someone said, oh, I'd like to see them in red and white. So I did them in red and white. So that's the Christmas jumper pattern one. How gorgeous is that? And it's quite sparkly, it's quite glittery. And this one will be the candy cane one, I think. Oh, a wee bit over pour there again, that's fine. I'll sort that. Look, yay! How cute is that? So I will, oh, have I got a wee bit, I've managed to get a wee bit white in there somehow. So it's not perfect, but hey ho, how cute. Love them. I have got some Christmas deer. Now, I showed examples of these, I think it was my craft and chat video recently, and a lot of people liked them, and I decided to pour more, but doing something just slightly different. But the viewers that did see it agreed with me that they really like the deer with the black and then silver or gold for the antlers and things. So let's see how these have turned out. I was thinking about backfilling them because I didn't have an awful lot of resin made up, so they might be quite thin in places. I'm going to turn it over. I don't like turning it over because it gives it away, but I won't look. I promise, we'll look together. I'm trying to get the antlers out. Is a tricky process. Right, we're not looking. Are we ready to look? Wait now. Ta-da! That is so cute. I had noticed on one of them that I did that this deer looked like it had lumps coming out of its neck, and I think it's supposed to be like a collar. So I decided to do that in a gold, and I've gone a wee bit over it. No, in fact I didn't. What happened was it was mica powder, and then when I poured the black in, some of it's moved about, but that's okay. And this is clear resin with silver foil, and the wee tail and the wee hoofs. I like that, and that's what it's like on the other side. Right, I'll do this one too. Right, let's look together. Da, 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 da. Wow, I love it. That's gold foil in the clear resin. Oh, I really like that. That is so nice. I just love these moulds. Let's see how this one has turned out. Now this one was, I just put what I had left of the gold, the clear with the gold and the clear with the silver together, and did the antlers and things in that. Let's see. Let's have a look at the antlers. So that's quite nice, just having a little bit of the silver and gold, and then in the tail and the hoofs. Yay! That one's a wee bit plain, I think. Not my favourite. But yeah, it's still nice. I might put something on. I might put Merry Christmas or something on that, because it needs something. Then I've got these two. Ah, this was the one that I put the nail powder on. These two. I put different coloured nail powders on them. Here we go. I need to be so careful with the antlers. Are we ready? Wow, 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 wow. That is definitely my favourite so far. Look at that nail glitter powder. How amazing is that? Now I do like just the black, but I love that. I'm definitely going to do that sort of thing from now on. Look how holographic that is. Love it. Oh, I'm excited to see this one now. Are we ready? Wow! Look! That is adorable. So that's the silver foil in the clear. Oh my god, I just love that nail glitter. I need to get more of that from Temu. That was just Temu, so cheap. Sorry, inexpensive, but how gorgeous. It just makes such a difference. See if we compare, whoopsie. Still a bit soft because I'm a bit impatient. If we compare, I do like just the black and gold, but that just has something extra, doesn't it? Let's compare a silver one. Yeah. Love, love, love it. And I've got another couple of, whoopsie, little Christmas ornaments. Now this one, I had just been, anytime I had some spare resin, I was just popping it in here, and I finished it off yesterday with the red and the black I had been using. Let's see. Ah, that is really cute. I like that. Yay. I do. I like that. That's turned out really well. I like just throwing in different resins and seeing what comes out. And this one I had already painted, or I can't remember what I used, the writing, and then I've just poured some of the red glitter that I used in this that I had left over in here, and I did put some white that I had left a while ago in there. So let's see how this one turns out. Yay! Meet me under the mistletoe. Now the under the hasn't came out colour wise, so I will go over that, but the meet me mistletoe has turned out fine. That's a green, I think it was an acrylic paint marker that I used. So yeah, I'll just go over the under the, and that'll be another nice decoration. Now I've got one more thing to unmould, because I absolutely love making the little skulls. I got the tiny little skull mould from Temu, and again, if I've got spare resin, I'm using it, and this is what I've made so far. So that was the first one. That was just brushing the mould with mica powder. Then I made this one, and I put in the little spiders that I got from Temu, but they're a lot bigger than I thought, so you can't really see that they're spiders, but it still looks quite cool. And then this one I had some black resin and some white resin left, so I just poured it in layers, and I thought that was really cool, but it made me think, it looks like he's got a wig on, doesn't it? But it made me think that would be really cool if it was red, so it looked like blood. So with this one, it's not quite like that, because at this point it was some red UV resin that I had left over, and I didn't have a lot. So I popped that in like where the front of the face goes, and then filled it up with white. So we'll see what this looks like. It's not easy to get out. I don't want to hit you with it when it goes pop. Oh, get out. Get out. Ha! Are we ready? Look! I love that. How cool is that little skull? It could be doing with another wee shot under the UV light, because the red is still a little bit sticky. But how cool is that? So I'm getting quite a collection here. I don't know what to do with them. I could make them key rings. I could screw an eye pin into the top to make them key rings. Or I was thinking I could maybe drill a hole in the bottom to make them like pencil toppers. That might be quite cool. Or I'm thinking about maybe putting magnets on the bottom and using them to keep the cover of my diamond painting out the way. I don't know. If you've got any suggestions, let me know, but they are so cute. Look at them! And I've got a couple of things that I demolded yesterday that I'll show you. So I've got another wee Christmas Mickey Mouse. I was going to turn it into a mini, and then I thought, no, that looks like a Mickey to me. I could have been doing with some more red down at the bottom, but I still think it's worked out really nice. Again, that can be a key ring, it can be a fridge magnet, it can be a tree decoration, it can be anything. Right, dogs, moving me about in my wheelchair. And I did another Grinchmas one. So this Grinchmas blend. And again, that could be used for a magnet, key ring, tree decoration, anything like that. And I got a Halloween mould from Temu recently. And hold on, I'll get it. So this is the mould that I'm talking about. It was on Temu as earrings. However, they are way too big to be earrings, and one of my viewers suggested that they would make excellent decorations for a Halloween tree. A lot of people have trees at Halloween, the same as they do at Christmas, and I thought, oh, good idea. So I made one of each of them, and I will show you. They were demolded yesterday. So there's that one. Now, that pumpkin was UV resin, and there's a little bit there, but to be honest, I think it looks quite authentic. That is needing patched up a wee bit. Now, this was Temu glitter UV resin, so the UV resin was ready to go. I didn't add anything, but it's two different colours and you can't really see it. That's silver and that's bronze, but I still like it. It's meant to be the moon and a tree, and put some mica powder on the ground, so I do like that one. There's this one. Now, that is a cat, but it's not very easy to see that it's a cat, because I thought I'd add some glitter, but it just takes away the shape. So I wouldn't do it like that again, but I like the actual mould. Look at the hand coming out the ground and the little tombstone, and you've got a couple of flying bats. So yeah, I do like the mould. I just would do the cat a bit different. This one I love. It's obviously a spider, and that there in the body, oh, that's needing some more UV light as well. That there in the body is one of the spider sequins that I got from Temu, and I just put some white UV resin on the back of that, and then I put some, I think this was nail art powder again, on the mould before pouring it with the black. And again, I've got some over pour that I need to fix, but that's fine. And I like that. This was one of my favourites when I unmoulded it. As you can see, there's definitely some clean-up needing done. But look at the green hands coming out of the ground. I think that is brilliant. But, oh, they're not too bad now, actually. When I unmoulded them, they were a wee bit flimsy because there was nothing connecting them. So I was thinking about adding some UV resin to the background. But I might not now. I'll see. So I love that one. This one, glittery spider web. Oh, the glitter's not showing up on the camera, but it is in real life. Wait, I'll see if that doesn't really help either. One thing though, because the spider's black and the outline, it's hard to see the spider. So I think next time I do that, I'll do the outline, like the ring in white as well, so the spider stands out. But I do like that. And that's hardened up nicely. I'm not going to need to add anything to the back of that one. And finally, we have this one. Look at the witch pushing down the zombie. I love that. Again, that was a chameleon mica powder, a Let's Resin one. It goes from like purple to blue. I think it's plum, that one's called. And I can't remember what colour I used for the zombie. And I just brushed some mica powder on the ground as well. And that's needing cleaned up. Right, I've decided that I'm going to back this one with UV resin and this one, and I will explain why in a minute. I'm probably going to do this one as well, but I'll do that off camera and let you see it. So with this one, I've got a little mould from Temu that's got all sorts of like earring shapes in it. And I had made this little ghost a while ago, didn't know what I was going to do with it. So I think this little ghostie is going to sit in there. So it looks like the ghostie's haunting the witch. Just my imagination running away with me. And I want the background to look a bit like they're in the moonlight. So I am going to show you how this resin works. This was from Temu. And it's Diamond Dust Glitter UV resin, and I love it. I've only used it a couple of times, but I really like it. So you don't need to add anything to it. It's basically ready to go. But obviously, I don't want it to stick to my rather dirty, well-loved mat. So I'm going to put on some UV resin tape first. You can use any tape pretty much. And pop. Doesn't help that my mat's so dirty. Going to pop that on there, make it as wrinkle free as possible. Make sure it's stuck right down. And then I like to just turn the edges of my resin tape up so that my hand doesn't stick into it. Like that. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go in with the UV resin first, with the silver UV resin. And I was going to just use clear UV resin to stick the little ghostie in, but then that means that I'm having to get quite intricate with that. And it is a nice small tip that's on this. I'm going to take this is the silver Diamond Dust Glitter, and I'll probably go in, I'll just go in all over it just now actually. You don't really need an awful lot of it because I can probably squish it about a bit. So I'll just take one of these little silicone ends and give it a wee squish about to make sure that it gets into all the little edges, which I really want it to do, because one of the main points of doing this is to make the mould a little bit more stable. So it could be like a keyring. Whether or not this will look like a moon in the background, I don't know, but it'll look pretty anyway. And I know it's meant to be a moon. Need a little bit more in there. Now these are, does it say how big they are? 10 ml bottles. So I don't think you would get an awful lot in them, but I don't think they were too expensive. I'm definitely going to get more of them. Now, I'm not going to be able to get into the wee ghostie's eyes, or the wee zombie's eyes, but that's fine. So let me know, do you go in for Halloween in quite a big way? I know it's really big in America, and I would love to be in America at Halloween. I think it would be amazing. I'd love to go to America anyway. But yeah, I think Halloween in America would be so, so good. Right into the corner there. Yeah, we don't really do Halloween here. I mean, the kids enjoy it, but it's nowhere near as big as America. And where we used to live, we were in a big housing estate, and quite a few of the houses, you know, decorated really well. We put a few things out, and the kids loved going trick-or-treating. But we live in the country now, and we've not got anybody passing us. There's no kids near us. And we've been here, I think we've had 4 Halloweens here and never once had a knock at the door. So yeah, there's no point in us getting all decorated and everything for Christmas. Right, I'm going to take Christmas? What am I saying? Of course we decorate for Christmas. I'm going to take one of these little micro brushes just to get that bit off. Yeah, I would love to be able to do more for Halloween, but there's just no point. And the good thing about staying here is it used to cost us an absolute fortune in sweets for people coming to the door. But we don't need to worry about that now. Right, that's some clean-up done. Now I'm going to pop my wee ghostie in. Ooh, I can see it's coming underneath there just a little bit, but that's fine because that's the back anyway. Right, I'm going to give that a couple of 90 seconds and I will come back to you. Right, that's had a couple of 90 seconds on that side. I am just going to check that it's quite, yep, nice and sticky. I've missed a little bit down there, so I might go back in with that in a minute, but we'll see. In fact, I do think it looks a bit odd that we're not seeing the moon through those eyes, so what I'll do is I'll get this little silicone cup and just put a wee blob of that on there. I'm going with this small dotty tool. Let's see if I can get into the eyes. Is that working? A little bit. Don't want to put too much in, but I think I maybe have. It's handy that it's in such a small, it's got such a small tip. Right, let me give that a wee squidgy about down there. And it looks like it's got little bits round its mouth and its eyes, that's fine. And see where was the bit that was a bit lacking. Down there and down there. Now you might have noticed that I didn't try to pop any bubbles or anything, because to be honest, I think because of the glittery texture of this, you don't really see any bubbles. Right, I'm going to give that another 90 seconds and see what happens. Right, that's had 90 seconds. I'm now going to turn it over and give it 90 seconds from the back. Right, I am going to take the tape off here and then we shall turn it over together. It will probably need another couple of minutes on the back, but yeah, it's still a little bit sticky, but I'm so impatient. And that's the thing with the resin tape being blue. Why do they not make it clear so it's easier to do it from the other side? Anyway, let's turn this over and see how it looks. mix. Ooh, I think that's better actually. What do you think? There's a bit of texture to the back, which is fine. I'm not mad at that. Yay, I like that. So I'm going to turn it over, and it is a bit messy at the back. You could go over it with a bit of black resin if you wanted, but it doesn't bother me. So I'm going to put that under the lamp while I'm working on this next one, which is going to be this little pumpkin. Get some more resin tape. Now this little pumpkin has got a bit of a flaw in its head because it was UV resin and it hadn't quite cured, but I think that adds to the character, so I'm not going to worry about that. It would be cool if I had a little worm or something that could be coming out of it, but that's just my imagination for you. So fold the tape over. Right, now I'm not going to use the glittery UV resin for this because I used it in the tree and the moon. What I am going to do though, I would quite like it to look like a sort of night sky that's behind it. So I'm going to use this silver blue colour mica. I think this was from J Diction. And I am going to pop some of these little iridescent holographic little stars and moons, just sort of dot that about in it once the UV resin's there. Plus, that same mould that I made the ghost out of, there's one of the little pumpkins. So it's a pumpkin that's in here, so I'm going to pop another little pumpkin there. And it's thinner and it'll go right down to the back, so it'll give it a bit of depth. So I will wipe this little bit of UV resin that's left here, and I'm going to make it up in here. Oh, it needs a wee clean, hold on. That's better. So I am going to use my favourite UV resin, which is J Diction. Oh, not the high viscosity one though. I'm just going to use the normal one. And I don't need too much, I don't think, but if I've got spare, I will use it. So I'll give it a go. Oh no, I'm running out. That's so sad. I need to buy more. This one was gifted to me by J Diction to try, but I'm definitely going to buy more. Right, so I'm going to take just a little bit of the mica powder. Remember when you are, I better get that out of the road of the light actually. Don't want it curing on me when I'm not ready. When you're adding things to UV resin, you need to be quite light with it because the UV rays need to get all the way through it to be able to cure. So I'm just going to pop, oh, too much probably. Let's see what happens when I stir it. Just going to use this same tool. That's gold paint, by the way, in case you wonder. It looks a bit baby's nappy. Sorry, that's maybe a bit graphic. Right, let's give this a stir and see what we think. Oh no, we might be okay actually. We'll give it a go. We will give it a go. I like that colour. That's quite a good Halloween sky colour, silvery blue. Right, so I'm just going to do the same again. So I will speed this bit up for you. Right, now we are getting a bit of leakage from the side, and I don't normally get that with this tape. I think it's because it's resin that I've got sticking to it rather than metal. Like I usually do this with open bezels, but hopefully we'll be okay. I'm just going to pop my little pumpkin in now. Pop that in there. I have got a little bit of cleaning up to do before I put it under the light, but that's fine. Right, so what I'm going to do now is take some of these. Here's the stars. I think I got these from Amazon a while ago. And I'll just pop them randomly in different places. Too many there. That's the problem. They do stick to themselves quite a bit. I think that'll, I'll pop one. Go away, go away. Pop one little star in there. And then I'll get some moons. Where are the moons? It's easier to see this from the bottom. There they are. I know we don't really need moons because we've got a big moon there, but artistic license and all that. I should know when to stop, but I don't. I just keep going. I'm like, ooh, I could add some of that. Ooh, I could add some of that. This might be introducing a few bubbles, but we'll see. Right, before I pop it under the lamp, I'm going to do a bit of clean up. Oh, that is completely moving. No. Okay, I've discovered this tape is not good for UV resin. Right, I'm going to give it a go and see what happens. I'll give it a couple of lots of 90 seconds and I'll come back to you. Right, that has had a couple of lots of 90 seconds. I think I'm going to have to put quite a lot on the back. In fact, there's a couple of bits there that sometimes UV resin can shrink when it cures, so I'm needing to put another wee bit there. If you wonder why the lamp is on, I've done a little bit of work on the spider. I liked the one with the spider's web, but I didn't like the fact that you couldn't really see the spider too well. So I've done a little work and I'll let you see that once it's cured. I think that looks better. So I'm going to pop it under the lamp for another 90 seconds and then I'm going to turn it over and put it on under the lamp for another couple of 90 seconds and then I'll come back to you. Right, let's take this off. I think the spider's done now. Look, how much better does that look? It's so much clearer that it's a spider. That was just some UV resin, and I love these glitter nail powders from Temu. Look how glittery they are. So that's what that was, and I love it. I think it's completely transformed that one. Yay! I was going to back that one so the spider would stand out, but it stands out perfectly now, so I'm not going to bother. Right, let's see what's going on with this. I'm going to carefully take the tape off and hope that the resin doesn't come with it. Oh, it is there. I'm going to have to put more resin on it. Right, I'm going to work on this and I will come back to you once it's done. Right, what I ended up doing was I went in with a coat of clear UV resin because I didn't want to cover up the little stars and moons. So I just put a coat of clear UV resin all over the inside bits, not so much on the actual, the proper mould, because I quite like that being matte. Let's see how much luck we have taking the tape off now. It's hard to get off because I did have some of that leakage. But, oh, well, I'm going to give it another couple of minutes on this side. That's the one thing about that tape, should be clear. Does anybody else agree? I do usually use my transfer tape for my Cricut, but I got this with UV resin that I bought a while ago, I think. So I've been using it, but to be honest, I prefer the clear tape. I'll still use it, but yeah, it doesn't cure very well from the bottom.
Eventually.
Right, I am going in and I'm taking the tape off regardless now because I'm getting fed up. I've got absolutely no patience, which is why I usually prefer UV resin because it's quicker. But in this case it hasn't really been. And what I'm thinking is any bits that the bluey, silvery bits come off with the tape, I've got a little bit left, I can just touch them up. That's better now actually. Let's have a look together, shall we? That's quite nice. I don't know if I prefer it the way it was originally. Maybe. But I quite like the fact that it's different now because I've added the extra pumpkin. There's not likely to be any others like that. I have got a little bit of cleaning up to do around there. But other than that, I think it's fine. And I'm not going to go in with any more purple. Some bits are quite light, but that's fine. I don't mind that at all. And certain ways the light hits, you can see the little stars. I'm not seeing any of the moons, but you can definitely see the little stars. So what I'm going to do now, I am going to work on some others off camera, and then I will come back to you and end the vlog and then show you a little bit of a display of the Halloween things and also the Christmas things that I added a little bit to. So yeah, I will come back to you very shortly. Right, I have finished off all the bits and pieces and I'm going to show you them very shortly, but first of all I wanted to show you this. This is the reason I never throw away my odds and ends of resin. This basically, the white bit at the back, that was some resin that I had left in the bottom of a silicone cup, and I didn't have anything that I wanted to do with it, so I just let it cure. And once I did, it came out in pretty much a perfect circle. It's not perfect now because I've had some overspill of when I was doming. The black bit as well, just the same. If I've got resin in silicone cups and there's nothing that I need to do with it, if it's just too small an amount, I just let it cure and then I take it out in whatever state it's in. And I don't throw it away. I throw the small bits away, but big bits like that. And when I saw these two, I thought that would be cool for a Halloween, either like a key ring or a Halloween tree decoration or even a fridge magnet, because the black and the white were perfect together and they were in the same size cup, so it fits pretty much perfectly. And I think it looks like a dark sky with the cloudy bit. So there was a circle there. I just filled that with that silver glitter UV resin that I used earlier, and put a couple of the little moons on it. Then I used some leftover resin that I had for one of the other Halloween decorations today, made one of the wee ghosties. That's actually glow-in-the-dark resin. And I've got some little silver holographic letters, so I just put boo. And I think that has turned out really good, considering it's pretty much just spare resin. It's so inexpensive. And I might even give that away as a freebie to someone with any orders. But isn't that really cool? So it's always a good idea to not throw away your resin that you're not using. Right, I am about to show you all of the finished pieces, the Halloween bits first, and then I'm going to show you the Christmas pieces that I did the little extras to, just to let you see how they look when they're finished. And but first of all, I'm going to say goodbye. Thank you so much for watching this. I hope you've enjoyed it. If so, please hit the thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Talk to me in the comments below. Let me know if there's anything specific that you want to see. And I will see you in our next one. Stay tuned to see the finished articles. Bye!